Well, hey Virgo, how about a reading from your metal dog? It's been a while. I have switched your weekend and I'm late. Did a little revision in my house here. So we're starting back on the commitment again, and it seems like a very good time to find out what's going on with all of you mutable signs. So without further ado, let's do a little reading. So first we will pull a card here to see what this is about, sort of an overall feeling from the Muse Tarot. Let's see. So there is a feeling of been there, done that, a four of emotions. Fours can be lack of vision. You think you know what's out there, but you really don't. So this is caution. Notice you're like focusing on these three cups, but look, you're sitting in this beautiful cup that is made by these two people who are mirroring one another as a two of cups would. So this is an opportunity to change your perspective. And underneath that, we have some kind of beautiful truth coming in here. An ace of voices, like an ace of swords. It's a very beautiful pink-haired woman with these prayer flags and the owl signifying the truth and the suit of air. Yes, it looks like we have, as they are on the table, you. This feels like you. Humglum. There's just nothing more to hope for in the world. There's the star literally between these two mouths in this mirroring. This star represents wish fulfillment. And then I see this one like an outside being, the divine perhaps, or some source outside of you with a really beautiful message of what more you could hope for. You just don't see her. All right, let's see. So we've got a lot going on out there in the stars and planets. And so I have this idea to do a reading here. We just have had, Jupiter has started a new 12-year cycle entering Aries. And Mars has just entered Aries. So we might be feeling a lot of forward motion. I thought I'd just ask what each of those planets has in store for you. And then thirdly, we've been having Mercury in retrograde. So Mercury causes us to revisit things. So I just thought it'd be fun to ask. And then we'll ask the tarot, what is hidden from you? So let's see what happens. We'll do the last card will be the future. Why not? Okay. So let's see, Virgo. What do we have going for you? What are the messages from these beautiful planets? And Mercury is going to turn around and enter Gemini. And so one astrologer I follow suggested that we consider that Mars is at home in Aries. Venus is going to be at home in Taurus. That's her home, her favorite place where she is exalted. And then Mercury will be in Gemini. So you have these personal planets who are in their most comfortable spaces looking up here. So let's see what happens, though. We'll stick with Jupiter here first. So Jupiter gives us a 5 of Pentacles, scarcity, a feeling of being left out in the cold of poverty. That's very much going along with this feeling. It's like you're a little bit depressed, Virgo. You're looking at things in a dark way. Okay. So Jupiter, as a planet, it's starting us out on a new journey. The mutable signs are so good at getting us from one season to the next at helping us with change. And you, Virgo, are a mutable sign. So you have an ability to help us through change, but you seem depressed right now. Mars gives us, wow, a 9 of arrows. This is insomnia, anxiety, anguish. So what have you been revisiting lately, Virgo? The Son of Arrows. A messenger of truth. A very quick energy. Can be angry. There's a lot of head stuff going on here with the arrows, the 9 of arrows, anguish, and the Son of Arrows. It's like a little foxy who's waiting here for something to come out of the earth. It's a little hunter. Okay. This is what you've been revisiting. It's something that, it's like you thought something was true, and now you're looking at it again. You're called back to look at that, right? You're just looking, you're like, is that really true? Okay, what the tarot wants you to know. Father of Feathers. It's the King of Wands here. Being the leader. Being the alpha. I also see fire. What's the suit of fire? That's like a forest fire. This is kind of a dark deck. I don't use it a lot. It's telling me a lot about a Virgo who is really struggling with a feeling of negative. It's very negative where you are. You think you know something. This suggests you might not be really seeing the truth. This says that your perspective is too small. Look bigger. Quit looking at what you've known, what you've experienced. It's like you need this. You need to open up to something that gives you a sense of faith, right? Like, because what's coming through here is that we're beginning this cycle, this 12-year cycle. And Jupiter, planet of expansion, is telling you you're seeing too much scarcity. You know, look for where there is abundance, right? Like, I see these ones who don't even see this friend here, who's obviously well-fed and fat. And they are just trudging without looking to a source that might help them. That is the feeling of a 5 of Pentacles. Then we have anguish. We have a bald eagle. The eggs have broken, right? We had the bald eagle was a threatened species, endangered, because the shells were of their eggs were too thin. Was that the condor? But these eggs of the bald eagle have broken, and he is in anguish. We can see the arrows coming from a hunter, and there is a white flag hung here. It's like a feeling of surrender. And that's from Mars. Like, Mars is coming to Aries at home with action, with power. And what seems to be motivating you, what you're feeling in that fiery place that is Mars, is your anguish. That this is what is driving you. But there's something that you think you knew that you were actually looking at again. There's almost like there's something missing, this truth. Because the Son of Arrows is the same suit as the Ace of Voices. So this is something about ideas, concepts. And then the tarot says there is something about this red-tailed hawk, forest fire. It's like, it feels to me like that fire is like captivating the Father of Feathers, but the Father of Feathers, the King of Wands, is about having the wherewithal to be the leader and to take yourself where you need to go, which is away from this fire. There is a lot of darkness in your existence. Perhaps you need to relook at this idea that you came to, that you arrived at, that you're revisiting. It's a recent thing that you came to. And there's a fire, as you know, take yourself away from it. Okay, so the future. One last card. The future is joy. Future is an Ace of Cups, right? That's what this said to me too. She's sitting in an Ace of Cups. So the future is a new emotional beginning, Virgo. I think of all the mutable signs, probably because you're an earth sign, change, leaving a fire that has captivated you, this sort of place of lack. It's a place of scarcity, of anguish, of danger. It's hard to leave that for you, Virgo. But you are capable. Underlying energy here, a few things. Yes, yes. Wow. Oh my goodness, there's so much under here. Okay, well, we'll show you all of it. There is a moon journey here. This is you going into your darkness and looking where we normally fear to look. Like that little lobster swims to the very bottom of the pool of water. And there's that same truth, okay? There's this owl here, and there's this owl here. This is a journey where you see this beautiful truth. It's always necessary to go on this journey at some point. There is a King of Cups here. This is a journey that this King of Cups, who is emotionally intelligent, but also very solitary and quiet about his feelings. Like I see him on this island amidst stormy emotions. There's a stormy sky here. This is you going on this moon journey. It's very very hermit energy, actually. And then here was the star that I saw here for you. I saw this star. The star is the absolute wish fulfillment, healing, divine support. Remember this? So this is here as well, absolutely. There is the Empress, very earth energy. She is this beautiful wolf with her pups, and then there's pairs of animals everywhere here. This is about abundance, about being capable of making the world beautiful. Really, the Empress can do anything, absolutely anything, and she doesn't need anybody to help her to do that. She can do it on her own. I feel there's something here where there is a solitude. We also have guile, the Seven of Swords. There's some kind of secret, there's some kind of privacy, perhaps, it feels to me like a suggestion of privacy. Well, the image is great. So it's a Seven of Arrows or Seven of Swords. So you see, well, these squirrels are stealing the arrows out of the hunter's quiver. Okay. This, I feel, is you are the hunter, and you are being disarmed right now by all of these cute little squirrels. So it's a very positive image for me right now. Usually it's like theft. But they're basically making it so you can't hurt them, these squirrels, if you're this hunter. There is the Sun, the happiest card in the tarot. And there is departure. the Eight of Cups. This is the leave taking that we see here. You leave these 8 cups because there's one missing. In the future, there is the 9th cup. This is individual fulfillment. Yeah, so that's what the feeling this card gave me, is when it says to me, be the leader of your life, it says, fly away from the fire, fly away from the disaster. If you do that, if you take this departure, there is happiness here. It doesn't seem negative to me that this guile card comes up, that you're being disarmed in some way. It's as if you've had and used weapons in the past that you don't need. And that you're coming into this Empress, into the sun, and so it's time to put down your weapons. I mean, this is so beautiful, this moon journey where you, this King of Cups, goes towards wish fulfillment, the star, the sun, authenticity, the happiest card in the tarot, towards to be realizing yourself as the Empress, this earth goddess mother figure. And to do this, you must leave where you are in some way. It's an emotional leave taking from discontent, and you must be disarmed. By some outside force is going to disarm you. Because this is what you do with all of your weapons. You suffer. You create anguish for yourself. You feel this is more of a sense of discontent. Right? So this is a really important time for you, Virgo, to be examining what you thought was true. Because this is here for you. This Ace of Cups. Right? This is the truth. It's a beautiful, peaceful truth. You think this is it. You're wrong. It's a very clear message. You don't have to actually leave. You just need to really change your mind. And you need to focus on what is instead of what is not. You need to switch from a negative into a positive viewpoint. There's a lot here for you when you do that. So let's clarify. Jupiter's message to you, the Five of Pentacles, scarcity. You're not seeing that there is a wholeness here. There's a health. There's a way of existing that is where there is plenty. Okay. Temptation, there's the devil. This is the same feeling of the Four of Cups and of the Five of Pentacles and of the anguish. So this is your head, your addiction, your codependence telling you, this is it. You can't have more than this. Boo-hoo. Depression. What else? Strength. This overcomes temptation. This is your higher self who overcomes your animal nature, right? Kind of like this, right? The part of you that is taking all these arrows and breaking off their heads. This is this here. You take this big, beautiful, feminine love and you tame the beast. The part of you that hurts others and yourself, because the devil is about that. And thirdly, there's an ending, a 10 of Swords. There's a lot of pain here. That's why you're feeling in the 4s and 5s and 9s that we've got on the table. So you have this as the next, the message from Mars. So this just, you've been stabbed 10 times. It's over. Something is over. And it's been hard. I feel like this card on the table is often like what you need to release. And it seems to me that you've been in a place of lack, of loss, of doubt, and that it's time for you to rise out of that and move away from that. And Jupiter is starting you on a new cycle in which you get to be the fool, you get to do that. You don't forget everything that you learned, but you get to start new. And you have strength here to aid you in that. So Mars, telling you about your anguish, your anxiety, your insomnia. Again, this focus on lack, on loss, on the dark side of things. So what is Mars going to help you here with this anguish? A Page of Rods. This is a young energy, a foreign outside voice that brings you a different worldview. I always identify this with the queer. The card of the outside of the card of the person for whom the norms are unlivable. This could be you, it could be somebody else. Here's your 9 of Cups. This is your contentment, your fulfillment. And the guide, Ascension. I'm sorry, not Ascension. The guide is Temperance, waiting. Sagittarian energy, that mixing, mutable energy. There's a message here to you. You think you're in... So, yeah, there's these 2 9s, okay? So this is night and day. This is what it looks like in the day. This is what it feels like at night. It looks happy. It feels like this, okay? Some outside voice or, is causing you to realize that this 9 of Cauldrons, it's supposed to be your individual satisfaction. It's this particular deck. It's kind of about consumption, about wealth, empty kind of greedy satisfaction. And you know that. In some way, this one is pointing this out to you, causing you to go, this doesn't feel good. Help me, to the divine, seeking divine aid to make sense of this. In the day, I'm in the 9 of Cauldrons. At night, I'm in anguish. Somebody causes you to recognize that. Somebody, an outside voice, this Page of Rods. And so you go. Mars encourages you here to go, to take action. And it's an action of seeking divine support. Okay? So you're revisiting, because of Mercury, you are revisiting something, a truth. The Son of Arrows, this arrows being the truth, the mind. These are your concepts. Something you thought was true, even an idea that you carried forward with conviction, even something that you did in anger. You're relooking at that. It's a recent thing. So here's the 8 of Pentacles. This is the realm of work, of learning a new skill. What else? Page of Pentacles. There is more slow down energy, the slowpoke knight. Oh, I'm sorry, Page. Okay, just take that. If it feels slow, we have Temperance here, the guide, right? We just looked at the Page of Pentacles. Quite different, although also slow earth energy like yours, Virgo. This is a figure who represents somebody who brings you, again, a young person who brings you a real offer. A youthful person. There's a 10 of Cauldrons. This is the happy family. This is contentment. This is the fulfillment of an emotional cycle. Well, there's a dilemma that you made a decision based on something that you thought was true, and it had to do with a conflict between work and family. Or, yeah, there's 3 cards here. One is work, one is family, community, emotional life with others, and then there's this new offer, this Page of Pentacles. It's like you made some kind of decision, you made it quickly, you acted, you chose one or the other. You put work into one or the other, the family or this Page of Pentacles. Whatever you chose, whatever you thought was true, You're revisiting that. Okay? So what the tarot wants you to know, Father of Feathers, King of Wands, be the leader of your life. Be decisive. Take action. I mean, I read this as there's a fire, fly away from it. Okay, Two of Cups. This is the Two of Cups that is suggested by the mirroring in this image. You've tried these. What's the point? You're sitting in a new beginning. There's that mirroring, the equal mirroring couple. It could be justice. It doesn't have to be a soulmate or something. It's just equality, justice. The mirroring, you drink from my cup, I drink from yours, and it's the same, right? We're the same. There's a Five of Swords. Self-harm. Winning in a way that you regret. That's very different from a Two of Cups. It's very much this devil energy that we saw under scarcity, and it's a five, like scarcity, the Five of Pentacles, and another four of Pentacles. Holding on to this little tiny bit of security that you fought really hard for. Similar to this. You could have so much more, Your imagination is too small. You committed to something and you don't feel good about it. It doesn't feel like enough. It feels actually like a forest fire. It feels like a disaster. There's a lot of regret here, Virgo, whatever you committed to. And that's why the tarot says you could have more. You don't have to win this way. Five of Swords. You could have more. Four of Pentacles. Controlling behavior. Just sort of like we saw the Seven of the Guile card here. The Seven of Arrows. Seven of Swords, where we have the squirrels disarming you. That's this Five of Swords. This is you winning in a way that harms other people. So as you start this new cycle, you're being pushed into a process of self-examination. You're not a bad person, Virgo, but you've made decisions out of fear, out of self-doubt, out of a limited imagination that have put you in, it feels very, like if I saw the Two of Pentacles here, it's just like this, there's a juggling here between what is and what isn't, what you chose, what you didn't choose. There's lots of regret, there's lots of depression. There is an underlying journey that is opening up for you away from this. It requires you to go inward, to examine yourself, to get what is a very beautiful truth, what takes you to the star, to the sun, to wish fulfillment. It isn't easy. It will make you into the Empress. You have to put your mind down in order to do this. And you have to move. This is a spiritual journey. You have to move in some way. And it's not a movement in the swords. That would be a Six of Swords or Six of Arrows. This is an Eight of Cups movement. This is a spiritual. You are, if you choose this journey, you have an Ace of Cups, a new emotional beginning. This is joy. It's all over here. If you choose this path, it's not easy. The sun, the star, joy lie ahead. You are the Empress ahead. But it's not an easy choice. So let's clarify this future of joy. It's like you grabbed hold of the wrong thing, Virgo. You did it with conviction. But there's just somebody, this little page of rods here, who's like, I don't think you're happy. This doesn't look fun. This looks gross. And so you are looking for help. Or Mars says, go ask for help. You made a decision, you're revisiting it. Okay, so the future. Joy. Seven of Pentacles. There's you putting in all this work, waiting for any fruits of your labor, kind of a stagnant energy. This is how you look back across the table at what's happened. There's you getting the truth, the King of Swords. It's not easy when you get this truth. You're very wise. You have knowledge, Virgo. You come in here as this Father of Cups or Father of Horns, right? And this King of Swords. This is somebody that's lived, who's learned, who's had sorrow. I always think of this King of Swords. He's like, look, he's a deep guy, He's seen a lot. You're still kind of like a sad person. And then there's that King, that Knight of Cups. This is the classy love offer, right? You are getting an Ace of Cups. You're walking forward from your heart, or someone is bringing this to you. I prefer the interpretation where this comes from the divine and you go forward with it. It could come from the outside. We do see that you have maybe looked to other people for your happiness. And I'll show you how I see that. I see that here. I see coupledom. I see it here. And I see it here. I see it here as well. But what I see in the cards, and this has been true for other signs as well, that this is your moon journey. You do this like a King of Cups. You do it on your own. You're not talking a lot about your feelings when you're the King of Cups, or you're the Father of Cups, Father of Horns. It's a very Virgo hermit moon journey. It looks really beautiful. You look really beautiful coming from your heart. Disarmed, no more living in regret, in a limited worldview, living like this Knight of Cauldrons, Knight of Cups. Enjoy. And there it is. There is the sun, your future of happiness. It's here twice. Absolute joy. This is underlying goal here. This is a reason to do this. You also get a 5 of rods. It can be quite fun, creative. No leaders. I'm always just really supportive of a 5 of wands. Can be competitive, chaotic, confusing. Looks like good silly fun with the Fool there. But it's definitely with other people. So you're kind of bringing us forward, if in this way of being a mutable sign, like you're bringing us forward from a lack mentality, from a ho-hum, been there, done that, scarcity and anguish worldview into the sun, into joy. And this is a heart forth journey. It doesn't bring us back into hierarchy. In some way, what I see with the Father of Horns, the King of Cups, like on his little island on his moon journey, and then this sad fellow, I just feel like the people who have been the hierarchy they're going on a moon journey. They're going soul searching themselves. And it's like they don't have time to dominate. And so what we have is, like, in our sun days ahead, we have joy, chaos, a lack of hierarchy. And I think it's really, really cool. So this is a multi-level reading, Virgo. It's a reading for you about your personal journey, but it's also a reading about you as a mutable sign, helping the collective, all of us, go forward into this new 12-year cycle with Jupiter entering Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. So it takes 12 years to go through the whole wheel. And there's immediate energy, and then there's this long-term mission of putting down guile, putting down self-harm, putting down the devil. And it looks like a solitary journey that actually ends up bringing you back into community, in a community that looks, yeah, pretty fun. Or this way, this is the future. Joy. Okay, I hope this helps, and I hope you can help the rest of us through this transformative time. Have a beautiful day.